What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome back to another Wuthering Waves video. Alright guys, we're going to be talking about echoes, everything that you need to know about them, excluding which ones work best for every character. I'm going to do that separately on a different video because that will take a lot of time, but I do want to talk about the echo system and what it's all about, how to track it, how to collect it, what it does, and every single set out there, and why this is going to be the most important part of the game, especially for end game content. So let's strap in and look at every single echo and how the whole system works. All right, so first thing we're going to start off with, guys, is going to be the data bank. So this is going to be very, very important. The data bank is what draws and what drives what you're going to be able to collect from a echo perspective. Now you guys can see here, I'm almost at level 12. Level 11 currently gives you guys the following. Let me move my camera all the way over here. Gives you base drop rate at 20%, enhanced drop rate at 40%. You guys can see here, especially target class overlord and calamities, remaining chance is 0 out of 15. Just so you guys are aware, there is a chance drop there, so that is a big one for you to note. Remember, that is going to drive how many overlords and calamities you can collect. High drop rarities are going to be 50% at this point, and then 3 stars are going to be 50% as well, so 50-50. And then cost limit also increases to 12, and we'll talk more about cost limit very quickly after we get to that point. Okay, now while you get your data bank up, you're also going to be able to collect some rewards. I'm going to move my screen right back here to show you guys what that is. So essentially for 11, I got myself some astrite, I got myself some tuners, and I got myself some medium seal tubes. Now when I hit level 12, you guys can see here the enhanced drop rate goes to 50% for the overlords instead of 40%, and then this stays 50-50. Now the sweet spot here, guys, is actually getting to 15. 15 actually starts dropping 5-star units at 30% and 4-star units at 70%, so you're better off trying to get those at that point, and that's where most of your good stuff starts to happen. And as you push that along, you guys can see here, eventually you get 80-20 at level 20, which will take you quite some time, and that is going to be more, again, of an end game point. Okay, so data bank here is driven by all of that. Now, how do you collect points for your data bank? Essentially, go out in the world, hunt echoes, collect them, and you'll get yourself some of these data bank points. Also remember, this shows you right here, echo collection progress 111 out of 208. This is how many echoes there are currently in the game for us to collect. All right, now speaking of echoes, if you go over here, you guys can see your echo progression and where you guys are at, and here is what you get for EXP whenever you collect these ones. Okay, so 2, 3, 4, and 5 rarities. You guys can see all the common classes, elite classes, etc. right, and this will actually show you, if you click the little details button, what type of effect these actually have. So for example, the Violet Heron can give you the following 2 things. It can give you the Molten Rift effect, which gives you more fusion damage and more fusion damage there. Or if we go back here, you can get yourself the other one. Sorry, I went back a little too far. You can go back here and get yourself the Electro Void Thunder spec as well too. So you guys can see here, multiple different echoes give you multiple different effects. So make sure you know that and understand that, okay? So that's a very important one. So that's a good way to kind of go through this and kind of see which echo does what and what you're looking for and what you've missed out and what you need to get further EXP, okay? So it's a great way to find out your farming. Now, to take it a step further, you can actually track these as well too, in case you are looking for one specifically. For example, let's say I have, just like a 2-star and I'm looking for a 4-star. So if I want to track this, if you click track, it'll actually tell you exactly where to find it, and you can detect it here by clicking that. It'll take you straight to the map to show you guys exactly where this mob is, and you guys can actually track it. Very intuitive system, makes it a lot easier to understand and find yourself the echoes you need, plus to gain that experience points to further collect and get yourself what you're looking for. So currently I'm looking for a cruise wing, so I'm going to detect this, for example, and this is where I'm currently looking for and what I'm hunting, okay? Just so you guys are aware. Now, with that being said, you guys can see a couple other things here, okay? So let me go back to the section. This is your actual library of actual Molten Rift, Void Thunder, Sierra Gale, etc. These are all of your sets that you have and all the echoes within them. If you're missing a specific echo, if you click right here, it'll tell you what that echo is. For example, I'm looking for the Cruise Wing, and then you can detect it as I'm doing right now, and this works for every single set. So if you're looking for something else here, click on that unknown. If you detect it, again, it'll actually show you guys target not found, and you guys can kind of get an idea of what this is and what you're looking for. So with the description, right? So some of these are going to be unknown because they're bosses or they're parts of an event that you have to complete. So make sure you guys are going through that, and that will help you understand and also find the ones that you're missing. Now, there's one more piece to this puzzle that you guys need to know, and this is a very important one, okay? This is called the data merge. Now, you can take any level, any class, any rarity of echo, okay? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, put them all together. All right, and you guys can see here, they all here, and they can become the following results. They can either become a random elite class echo, or they can become a morphable common class echo. Two different things. One thing you guys need to be aware of in this section, this can become any rarity. It doesn't have to be a green. It can become a rare, become an elite. It is also driven by your databank. So my suggestion to you guys is don't use these now. Hold on to them until you unlock level 15 databank, and then you have the possibility to not just go for elite classes, but also can get yourself some legendary ones. So that's a very important thing to know. If you are looking for additional information on it, it's right here. Okay, so it's an easy way to get yourself some great echoes without having to farm them nonstop. Plus, it actually applies towards your databank. So if you have an echo that you got at a brand new stage, for example, elite stage, you can get yourself some of those points, EXP points, from doing this data mark. So very, very important. Now, let's talk a little bit about something else. How do you get the different echoes? So like I said, they're littered around the whole map, right? There's a couple different classes of echoes. There's 1-star classes, 3-star classes, and 4-star classes. Each of them providing you with different sets. Okay, so for example, right here, you guys can see here, I have my Void Thunder set on Cal. Okay, so if you look here, this is my setup. I have Tempest Mephis, which is currently my crit damage attack. He is a 4-star cost right there, okay? And he does actually give me what I'm looking for, which is the crit damage and attack. It also provides me the Void Thunder set that I'm hunting. I have a Heron here, which gives me attack and attack, also Void Thunder, and then I have myself Flutus, which gives me a little bit of energy regen and attack, and then these are all ones I haven't leveled up, and then I've got 2 other ones here just to fill in the gaps. Something to note, for the 5-piece sets, you cannot use the same echo to complete a set. It'll give you an error telling you cannot get the bonuses unless you use 5 different echoes altogether. So you can't just stack 1-stars to get the 5-piece set. You actually have to collect 5 different ones in the echo set, okay? Now you guys can see here, they're all rare. Currently, I'm still hunting for better versions. Remember, the more of these you hunt doesn't necessarily mean you're gonna get the stats you want. So it's very important, guys, to hunt these on a constant basis in case you get lucky or you don't get lucky, okay? So very important. Now remember, Tempest and Thunder, okay? 2 different ones, have different mechanics, have different sets. So these are 2 different bosses you can hunt. Both of them will provide you the option of Thunder as well. So you guys can see here, I have crit damage versus crit rate. Sometimes you want the crit rate because you need crit rate in order to even crit damage. So echoes are going to be set up a certain way. Now, keep in mind, there is a cost for these echoes. You guys can see right above, I have 12 out of 12. When you hit a certain data bank, you finally get the 12 slot. You originally start off with, I believe, 8, then you go to 10, then you go to 12, if I recall. Don't quote me on the 8 part. I don't remember the beginning of the game. So your goal is to eventually max out at 12 and then set up your proper echoes that way. Now, in terms of echo leveling, also remember that in order to level up your echo, you do need to get yourself some either other echoes you can use, or let me just show you an example here, upgrade, right? Or you can use these potions right here called medium sealed tubes, okay, or basic sealed tubes. It will also, if you use auto, try to use some of these echoes here. Don't do that. Don't allow that to happen. It's not worth it. Like, at the end of the day, you're gonna want to hold on to your echoes as much as you possibly can. So don't use other echoes to level up other echoes unless you've completely maxed that out. So you guys can see here, once you level up a certain point, you can tune them. There's a tune right there. I got 10%. I can tune this one up to 3 times. The higher the rarity, the more tuning you can do, right? So for example, if you do an elite one, you can tune 4 times. Legendaries, you can tune 5 times. So very, very important, guys, to look for those higher rarities with the proper stats that you're looking for. This is end game. Don't be frustrated if you can't get what you're looking for. It's going to take time for you to actually accomplish that goal. And it's something that is meant for you to do over time. And this is where co-op mode comes in play. When you're done farming your actual instance, you can play co-op with other people, go into their world and farm with them as well too, and make that a little bit of an easier goal for you to get through. Okay, so farming with co-op is going to be very, very important. So make sure, guys, that you are in fact doing that as much as you possibly can, because it's going to drive your account to be better. Now remember, this game is play at your own pace. Okay, this is not a game where you need to rush or make rash decisions. This is not a game where it's going to cripple you if you don't do this quickly. Take your time, have fun with it. At the end of the day, that's all that matters, guys. It's just having fun with this game. I hope you guys are enjoying it as much as I am. But that essentially is the ecosystem that I want to talk about. Now, remember, farming them is as simple as going to the map, using your guidebook or your data bank, and finding them. Now, I would recommend this. The overlords that you guys just saw dropping, make sure you are doing them. If you go over to the forgery challenge, the boss challenge, you can simply find a lot of these bosses by clicking on this, and right there, it'll tell you exactly where to go, and you go and track them and find them and use those. Fight these bosses for free to try to get the echoes if you can. Remember, you only have a limited amount of overlords you can get a day, but if you are looking for material, this is a great way to find them and use your wavelengths to collect the material you need for your characters. All right, guys, this is Payne. Hope this was a good overview. If you have any comments or questions, let me know. I'm more than happy to answer them. More of these guides coming out. We're going to be doing a full best echoes for every character as I do the character showcases for you through the whole game. And remember, echoes can also be used as battle pets as well, right? Whenever you hold your skills right there, you guys can see here, there's Memphis right there coming through and doing his skill. So make sure you are using them. There is no MP cost or anything like that. You guys can use them as long as the cooldowns are up, and you should be using them at all times for all your battles. They make a massive difference for damage. All right, guys, this is Payne. Hope you enjoyed the video. I'll talk to you guys in the next one. Take care.